Yes, it is Chinchweezy back with an absolute classic today. It is the Women's Air Max 90 Recraft Eggplant, and if you're new to my channel, please subscribe so you are able to see my videos as soon as I upload them. I do a lot of videos on Air Max 90s at the moment, Air Max 97s, Diadora and Clarks, all different types of what I would say maybe what OG sneakerheads are into, as opposed to the Yeezys and the kind of things that are maybe more current at the moment. But you know, we all love trainers, so it's all good. So recently I did a video on the Air Max 90 Recraft in the blue laser colorway, and that pair was incredible. I talked a little bit about how the Recraft project didn't go down well with everyone, although I just picked up this last pair here for £68, which was a bargain. Absolutely flawless, no issues whatsoever, even though it came in the box. So definitely for me, that whole discussion about the Recraft thing is still going on, but I'm a fan, and I think that the kind of pinnacle of that is what they're releasing this year in the 30th anniversary, and all these OG colorways that I can remember from when I was 13, 14, seeing these things. And these trainers first dropped, they've completely nailed this as far as I'm concerned. You can hear from my voice how excited I am. I just think these colorways are perfect, and I'm just glad that they've done this trainer justice. Let's get straight into the detail of this shoe. One of the first things to note, as you saw if you watched my laser review, is that they have updated the box. So when you buy the Recraft, they try to go back to how the boxes used to look, and you can see from the width, I put them next to each other, they were really short like that, and that caused an issue because it squeezed the trainers, and definitely for the turquoise pair. But they've gone back to that retro box for this pair, but they made it bigger, so they're still ticking that nostalgia box, but they made it bigger. Another feature of the box that I hadn't realised, on the one side of this OG box you've got the kind of newer, with the QR code with all the details, a newer version, and I think what they've tried to do on the other side is show you how a label would have looked back in the day. So that's pretty meticulous in terms of attention to detail, and it's that kind of thing that I think makes me feel like if I'm spending my money, then it's worth it, because they've really gone the extra. So as well as coming with the OG box, we get the OG anatomical art supports, much thinner than they used to be back in the day. Most people probably won't use them, but it's a nice touch. You also get this old school Nike Air hand tag. Great touch again. Now I know I've got loads of subscribers in the US, and we don't call the fruit that this colour is named after, we don't call it eggplant, we call it an aubergine. Maybe it's because we're close to France, I don't know, but it's that deep purple colour, which for me is just, it's so good. And it goes alongside this, I guess this is that Zen colour, I don't know, but pinky colour, whatever. Another new feature on these OG 90s versions, they've changed the Nike Air on the tongue, made it sort of deeper, I think slightly deeper. They've retooled the machines that they use to, the equipment that they use to make these. There's now an encapsulated airbag in the front of the trainer like there was originally. I don't remember there ever being one in the front or that being a selling point, but that's what they've done. Airbag in the front again, resized the air bubble at the back, put that stitching in as part of the Recraft, and you've got some fantastic, I think it's synthetic leather here, but the quality feels really good. Also, inside, even though they're making them in men's sizes, inside they've got this stamped on like it used to be. I can remember it used to be like this as well. It's a women's colourway, so they put prominence of women's there, and then you get a little bit of the size stamped in there as well, along with this kind of more modern tag. And as I've said before in previous videos, one of the main things for me is they've lowered the silhouette. They've made the silhouette much sleeker, and you can see that here. This is my favourite pair of what I would say was the kind of pre-Recraft Air Max 90s. I've been buying Air Max 90s since the 90s, or Air Max 3s as these are called, and I just got sick of them because they were just like big, bulky, as you can see that here, and it got too much for me. I felt like I was walking around with kind of moon boots on. So I'd stopped buying Air Max 90s, I was into 97s and Diadoras and all sorts, which I still am. But what they've done with the Recraft project is they've lowered the silhouette, so you can see it's much sleeker, and I think just making it more streamlined is one of the biggest changes that they've made, one of the most effective changes. You can see that here, just put them next to each other. One of the issues with the pair that I got in hand is that unfortunately it's got these glue stains on it. That bit I wouldn't mind so much because you could probably just scrape that off. But this bit, when you've got a glue stain in with a felt, and I don't think this is specific to the Recraft model, but it does baffle me a little bit that with all their kind of processes that Nike can't get past the point of releasing trainers that have flaws in them. Pretty much most brands I have flaws. Maybe I buy more Nike, but it just seems to me when you go online as well that Nike can't quite get their processes right. These are on sale right now on Nike.com and loads of other trainer sites as well. They've got a full size one, not a full size one, they've got men's sizes up to 11.5. I think maybe even more on certain sites, but on Nike up to 11.5. I'm an 11. And this is the first time really that I've been able to get some of these colourways, so you can see why I'm so excited. I know I've got loads of American subscribers, and one of the reasons why I'm so excited is because this is really, for me, for growing up in London and growing up in England, the Air Max 90 really is the equivalent of like a Jordan. This is everywhere. You walk around London, and not just London but loads of other places, and you will see people wearing this trainer, and it's iconic. And this colourway is from when it first came out. I've never really got over the kind of impact it had on me. I wouldn't even be making trainer videos if it wasn't for this shoe. So to have this in the flesh is really exciting. I'm so excited by this colourway. I'm definitely going to pick up the lasers. I'm definitely going to keep these. I'm really excited for the Concords. Once I get the women's Concords, which was that trainer I wanted back in the day that I could never get, I think then I might have to slow down because I'll have achieved my kind of grail really. So yeah, big trainer. Yeah, and a load of people will be nodding their heads watching this, understanding what I mean. Wasn't into basketball, so really wasn't into Jordans too tough, but Air Maxes all day. So yeah, the Air Max 3, Eggplant, Aubergine, brilliant colourway. If you've enjoyed this video and you like the content, please subscribe, give it a thumbs up so that I can continue to grow the channel. But other than that, peace and love. I will see you on the next video, which will probably be either the Bape Clarks or the N times Clarks Artisans. Peace and love.